What's up, my people? Welcome back to the channel. Ackeem Sterling here again, giving you guys an update on the situation in the Rio Grande Valley in terms of Melissa passing. So this is just some footage which I'm going to show you guys in terms of in the Rio Grande Valley. I know many of you guys are asking about other communities, but based on what I has observed is that in the Rio Grande Valley or in Portland in general, we don't have so much of a major damage like down at the west in terms of down in St. Elizabeth and those area. But what we have is a lot of trees that falling down in the road, blocking a lot of roadways, cutting off a lot of pole lines and so forth. So it makes it difficult for a person in the Rio Grande Valley to have electricity. So a person are without electricity in the Rio Grande Valley and communication wise. So actually right now from Valley go straight up to Cornwall Barracks, Millbank, and those community are without service. I'm not sure what happened to the pole in that area, but there's no service in those area. But I know that JPS are working tirelessly to get the service back up and running because I speak to them in an interview just the other day, and they were saying that they are trying to get powers to the main areas in Port Antonio so they can actually branch off into communities for it to restore light as soon as possible. But these are some footage which I'm going to show you guys in the Rio Grande Valley of some area that have been affected by the Melissa passing. So the area that we're looking at right now is a swinging bridge which connects Canal Works and neighboring communities like Comfort Castle and Ginger House. Now most of these roadway right here has been affected because it has been a lot of landslide right here. So a person traversing from this area may find some bit amount of difficulty because we get a lot of landslide, tree breaking down and so forth right here. But person still can pass, but they have to be very careful when passing these type of roadway. As you guys can see right now, I'm showing you guys a ground footage of how it actually look on foot, so you guys can have an idea how it actually look right here. Now this road right here is a major road where a person can cross in the river if they want to connect or want to go to a different community in the Rio Grande Valley. Now, what I'm also grateful for is that there is no major landslide in the Rio Grande Valley. I heard a person on my TikTok was asking if there's anything happened to Friday, and I can say that no, the road is still intact in terms of traveling, but it is single lane though. I must give a strong shout out to the persons in the Rio Grande Valley who have come together. I have seen the day after the hurricane where person in the Rio Grande Valley have come out with their power saw, their cutlass, trying to clear the roads so that vehicle can pass in. I must say big up to all the person who have come together that day to actually clear the road where vehicle can pass in. So now I've seen where authorities have stepped in with their tractors, now trying to restore the road in making it double lanes again where two vehicles can pass, which is very great that it is now getting back into order in terms of building back in the Rio Grande Valley. But as I said, there's no major damage in terms of much infrastructure. There's some fusing though. I think in the Rio Grande Valley, Comfort Castle get hit the hardest with a lot of most majority of the building rooftop comes off, as you guys can see in my previous drone video. But otherwise from that, a few houses in the Rio Grande Valley have got hit, but in terms of otherwise there's not much major damage as I said earlier on in terms of infrastructure. But this is a farming community, so the farmers are what got hit the hardest in terms of person who uses banana crops, jelly. So those are person who actually hit the hardest in terms of small farmers, large farmers, and those persons living in the community. What we can do is pray for Jamaica, pray for all the person who have been without home, just want to build back strong. Prayer goes out. I just want to say that a person who have been giving donation, keep doing it because a lot of person has been touched by this heartbreaking hurricane right here. So all we can do is build back to build a stronger Jamaica.